Star Wars Jedi 3 is officially in active development. The next chapter in the Jedi series is happening, and we may not have to wait that long to see it. Recently, the actor who plays Cal Kestis, Cameron Monaghan, confirmed that EA is currently working on the third installment in the Star Wars Jedi series. That alone is massive news. While many of us expected a sequel after the success of Jedi Survivor, this is the clearest confirmation we've gotten so far that the project is moving forward. So what does this mean? Well, according to new reports, Star Wars Jedi 3 could actually be revealed and released in the same year, 2026. And that information comes from Tim Gettys. Now, if you don't know who Tim Gettys is, he's one of the main faces behind Kinda Funny. He's a major game media personality, and more importantly, someone who's well connected within the industry, especially when it comes to EA and major publishers. He doesn't usually throw around bold claims unless he's heard something solid. Gettys is saying that Star Wars Jedi 3 will be unveiled in 2026, and not just unveiled, but potentially released in 2026 as well. Now, let's talk about that for a second, because that's a big deal. In today's gaming industry, it's not very common for a major AA game to be announced and released in the same year. Most studios reveal a game 12 to 18 months before launch. That long marketing cycle builds hype, showcases gameplay, and allows for multiple trailers and previews. But here's the interesting part. The Star Wars Jedi series has done this before. Star Wars Jedi. Fallen Order was officially revealed in spring 2019 and then launched in November 2019. That's roughly a 6-month gap between reveal and release. That's half the typical marketing cycle for a big budget game. And it worked. The shorter marketing window created massive hype without dragging things out for years. So if EA and Respawn follow a similar strategy, a 2026 reveal and release for Jedi 3 isn't impossible. Now, Gettys didn't specify exactly when in 2026 the game would be revealed, but if we look at patterns from previous Star Wars titles, there's one date that makes a lot of sense-y. May. Why May? Because May 4th is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Historically, many Star Wars games and announcements happen around that time. It's the perfect moment for a big reveal. So if we're speculating, a May 2026 announcement followed by a late 2026 release, maybe in the fall, would line up perfectly with what we've seen before. But of course, we need to approach this carefully. Right now, this is still based on insider information and industry talk. Gettys doesn't regularly break news or drop random leaks. In fact, when members of Kinda Funny have shared insider information in the past, they've generally been reliable. Still, until EA or Respawn officially confirms it, this should be taken with a grain of salt. That being said, it absolutely makes sense from a business standpoint. The Star Wars Jedi series has been a huge success for EA. Fallen Order was a massive hit and Jedi Survivor continued that momentum. The franchise has proven that strong single-player Star Wars games can dominate the market. EA would definitely want to keep that momentum going rather than waiting too long between releases. Plus, if development started shortly after Survivor wrapped up, a 2026 launch window isn't unrealistic. So to summarize, Cameron Monaghan confirms Jedi 3 is in development, with Tim Gettys claims it could be revealed and released in 2026. A shorter marketing cycle wouldn't be unusual for this franchise. A May 4th could be the perfect reveal date. If this turns out to be true, 2026 could be a massive year for Star Wars gaming. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Star Wars Jedi 3 will actually release in 2026? Or do you think EA will take more time with it? And what do you want to see in the next chapter of Cal Kestis' story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this update and want more breaking gaming news like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.